about The Predator. Directed by Shane Black and co-written by Fred Decker, starring Boyd Holbrook, Jacob Tremblay, Olivia Munn, and Keegan-Michael Key, just to name a few. The Predator tells the story of, how do you put this without giving away too much, a young boy who accidentally triggers a homing beacon that brings an uber predator to Earth who is also hunting another predator, the ones we normally know. So, the Predator. Oh boy. This movie, the more I think about it, the more craptastic I think this movie was. But let me get into what I enjoyed first of all. This movie definitely benefited by having an R rating. I think if it went any other way, it would have lost a lot of points. That R rating gave us really intense action sequences, a lot of blood, a lot of gore, granted. A lot of it is CG. And, you know, some cool sequences featuring Predator just massacring people left and right. I kind of like the Predator dogs. Again, the ones in Predators were a lot more fearsome looking, but these were fine as well. And like I said, the action kicks in as soon as this movie starts. There's no pause. It just hits the ground running. And again, this is what this movie needed. At least part of what it needed. What else did I like about this movie? Some of the jokes were really funny, and I also like the cast of characters that they put together. We have like Thomas Jane as a soldier with Tourette's. We have all of the characters have little quirks about them because they're all ex-soldiers or soldiers, I guess, with mental instabilities, with the exception of Boyd Holbrook, who we last saw in Logan. He was one of the Reavers, I think the leader of the Reavers, Ravagers in Logan. He plays a character here named Quinn McKenna, and he's basically the first person to have contact with the Predator, and the government is trying to silence him by making him seem like he's crazy, so they ship him off with these guys. I'm not giving away anything, all of this was in the trailer. So I think Boyd did his best with his character. He's supposed to be this badass sniper. Granted, I thought, you know, based on some of the action, I never felt a sense of his specialty being that of sniper. You know, if you watch Shooter with Ryan Philippe as that character, you see where even when he takes one shot with a handgun, it's always really precise. There wasn't a lot of that there with this character, but that's who he's supposed to be. So the action, I enjoyed it. I did. I'm not going to front on that. But everything else in this movie, guys, oh my god, this movie is just insane. First of all, what story? It's supposed to have a story there. The story being that the Predator comes to Earth and he has a reason for coming to Earth. An uber predator is chasing him. And then, of course, you know, the government is trying to get their hands on the tech. And you have the soldiers trying to stop the Predator. Like Jacob Tremblay, he shows up a lot in horrors and thrillers. He's that kind of character. He reminds me of the young actor from The Shining. He has that same kind of aura about him, so he fits in well in this. And he plays a young boy, either with Asperger's or autism. Like I said, not much of a story because they never really nailed down exactly what his issue is. But everybody in this, all of the players involved, they're more like cartoon characters. See, you know, you get a little bit of backstory on the team, but nothing that really makes you feel too invested in these guys. Granted, I liked them and I didn't want to see anybody die, but I don't know, guys, they never really hit home for me. I'm trying to think of any one character that stood out. They tried to with a character, I think his first name was Nebraska, but it's never fully developed. This show just touches on little dramatic moments and then quickly goes into crazy ass shenanigans. Story is dropped for action. It has pieces of stories that just doesn't make sense. For instance, the Predator that comes to Earth. I don't want to get too spoilerish here, but he has a reason for being here, and the reason, if you are a fan of the Predator franchise, makes zero sense whatsoever. They tell you this is why he comes to Earth, but there's no why. There's no rhyme or reason to anything that this Predator has done or is doing, because If he came to Earth for the reasons they said, then why is he doing the things he's done? Isn't there an easier way to communicate? I mean, they've shown us that predators like Bumblebee and Transformers, predators can use voice modulators. So why not do that and communicate what it is you're trying to get done? Then we have the CG, which is iffy. I wish they used more practical effects. You would have felt the weight of some of this a bit more. But there's not that much practical effects, maybe just the main predator. The jokes, oh my god. Listen guys, I spent every time they try to deliver a line that, you know, to kind of connect with Predator 1 and Predator 2, I groaned. I was like, oh my god. Because, you know, of course you have those famous lines, get to the chopper, you have, you're one mother effer. I don't want to say the whole thing because they changed it up a bit here. But the delivery, guys, it's so bad. It's so cheesy. This movie was just so much cheese and not enough meat. All brawn and no brains. I mean, this is Shane Black. He's supposed to have more, I don't know, more knowledge of this franchise. And it just felt like one big comical ride. I mean, there's nothing wrong with not taking yourself too seriously. I don't expect you to take a movie like The Predator too seriously. But come on, at least have your story be something cohesive instead of this mishmash of nonsense going on. Like I said, some of the jokes work. Like there was a moment with Thomas Jane's character. He has Tourette's. He says something to Olivia Munn's character that I thought was funny. They do address the fact that the predator is called a predator, but he's not really. Stuff like that. I mean, it worked, but not everything else, guys. This movie is just such a mess. I talk about Olivia Munn. Her character is supposed to be this science teacher, and yet she's wielding machine guns like it's nobody's business. I didn't realize they were teaching that in school. Again, zero explanation for how she has the skill set to do the things she does. This movie is just insane. So overall, guys, it's one of those things, like when I came out, I thought this was really entertaining. But the more I think about it, the more of a mess I realize this movie is. And I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. It's not a bad film. But as a franchise goes, it's pretty much up there for me with Aliens vs. Predator, that kind of level. Predators is still my favorite sequel in this franchise. I watch that at least once a year. That's the one with Adrian Brody. I think there's a lot of really good stuff in that movie. But this one, you know what? Go check it out. And maybe you liked it a lot more than I did. I feel like this is one that you should wait for and just watch it at home. But if you want to go check it out in cinemas, maybe you'll have a blast. I think if you go to a group of friends, you could just laugh your ass off at the craziness that is this movie. But I, for one, am sticking with my 5 out of 10. And I'm being really, really generous with that 5. And that's going to be it for me, guys. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please feel free to hit that thumbs up. It's very much appreciated. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you can click on my face over there. And if you want to get notified, you can click on the bell and it'll notify you every time I drop new videos. I try to drop at least 2 videos a week, but I'm having a really busy time right now. The Trinidad and Tobago Film Festival is on, and there's another news group that I work with locally to follow those films, so that has me a little bit busy. So that's going to be it, guys. Until next time, bye-bye.